What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're doing something special here. I've got Mr. Henry Pake with me, Pake for life.
Hey, everyone.
How's it going? So I actually don't know if we have anybody on yet, so I'm going to give us a second here to just get everyone started and online, and then we'll get going. All right. So we do have a few people, so let's get started. So what we're trying to do here is kind of talk about news, talk about new stuff that's coming out, toys, obviously, and I asked Henry if he could do this, and he was down. So try this out, see how it goes. Now, I don't know. Did you put any other stuff in there? I didn't actually check.
No, yeah. I didn't put anything in there, so we're just gonna go with it. But I think there's a couple of things that came up in the last 24 hours that we can talk about near the end.
Well, we can just talk about them if they come up. Okay, so let me see if I can share the images we're going to talk about. That way you guys can see what we're talking about. And feel free to chat in the window if you want to. You can join in and give your comments too. All right, so here we go. All right, so hopefully you guys can see what we are showing here. So first up is the Ecto Ghostbusters Transformers crossover. Are you into Ghostbusters or what?
I think as an 80s person, 80s kid, everyone in the area at least knows about Ghostbusters. I did really enjoy the movies. I even enjoyed the new one, the one with the women that came out recently. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a fan. I'm not a huge fan, but definitely love the movies.
What do you think about this toy?
I definitely ordered one. I think it was a perfect mashup of 80s nostalgia. So I was like, yeah, you know what? And that was before I knew that it was a remold. But it's a pretty good remold. I wasn't able to tell immediately that it was Onslaught remold. So I'm pretty happy with it. I think the alt mode looks great.
Did you get it off that Hasbro new Pulse site?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks a little waffly to me in the legs. I don't know.
Yeah, that does look a little hollow there, but given that it's coming from the Combiner Wars line, I'm not that. I guess
it's not a surprise.
Yeah, not that surprised.
Well, this looks really awesome. This is, I think, where the toy shines.
Yeah, between that and the packaging, I think it looks awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the car mode a lot. It looks like it's got a lot of detail, especially in the wheels and the grill. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty seamless too.
Let me see what people are saying here. So next we have the MP Blackarachnia. So they're continuing their Beast Wars line. No, we don't have any color images yet, right? So this is the first we've seen of this guy or girl. This is a girl, right?
Yeah, I guess technically girl robot.
Right. What do you think of this guy? Are you into Beast Wars?
Yeah, I really enjoyed Beast Wars growing up. So when they started doing the MP Beast Wars line, I was pretty happy with it. I have all of them so far. Really looking forward to the Megatron. Really like their Dinobot. So the fact that we're gonna have Blackarachnia, who's obviously a huge, major character, especially later on in the story arc, I think it's great that we're gonna have her join the fray. And it'll be interesting to see how they do the transformation.
You think it comes with that web in the background?
Yeah, I think it's going to come with all that. Even Dinobot had some of that stage stuff. So I think he's going to have that. And I think they showed Megatron's going to also have some stage stuff. So yeah, I imagine she's going to have that. I think as a whole, the whole MP line is trying to go towards more playability, right? So adding more accessories that you can actually use to function or pose. Even with the reissue MP44 and not reissue, the new MP44 and the Megatron, they even have their accessories acting as stands and stuff like that, action stands.
Right.
So I think that's going to make sense for her.
Look at this bottom piece. That looks like it assembles with a couple other pieces to make like a background or a scene.
Yeah. So they've already released some of those with like Dinobot. So it's going to make sense that they connect with those. So you don't collect the Beast Wars line at all?
You know, I considered getting the Primal, but I just couldn't. It's just not for me. I don't honestly, you know, you'll be surprised by this. I don't have any Dinobots. I
No
have no
Dinobots,
G1
like,
Dinobots.
at all? Not
Yeah,
even G1 Dinobots?
I don't collect animal-based Transformers. It's just not for me. The only thing I have
Okay.
is Insecticons.
All right, collaboration over. Let me hang up here.
Well, I guess by the time Beast Wars came out, I was pretty much out of Transformers. And then
Got
I didn't get back in until as an adult. All right, let's see what else we got here. So the infamous Bumblebee 2.0. So
Yeah.
what do you think of this guy?
Yeah, it was. I thought initially it caught me by surprise. I was like, oh man, they released this really soon, but it actually not. I had to go back and look at it, and it's been several years. And what was the original MP Bumblebee's number? It was like in the 20s, right? So now there's
Yeah.
the 40s. I guess it makes sense. I think it kind of reaches the audience that the first MP Bumblebee didn't reach, and that it wasn't as tune accurate. Like everyone who liked the realistic alt mode didn't really like. Everyone who didn't like that is gonna like this, right? The penny racer style. But I think there's also a lot of sacrifices being made for this as well, and the price is what is killing me. I think it's retailing
110.
for like 110 or something like that, 120. That's a lot, because
Well,
the original Bumblebee retail for less than 100 was like $80 or something like that, and he came with a spike as well. So I don't know. It's getting to be harder and harder to justify these MP purchases.
all I have to say, what are these? They're so. Oh,
It's all got
I
to go
can't,
somewhere.
I can't get over those feet, man.
So are you gonna get them?
I don't think so. I think I'm good with the original Bumblebee. I know the fandom's definitely split on this. You know, half of our people are really excited about the, you know, real cartoon accurate, and the other half are like, "What is going on with this thing?" Well,
Yeah.
the next picture actually shows a little bit better, kind of some of my issues. You got this giant floppy backpack. I guess maybe it's not any bigger than the original. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Looking at it there, like when the first pictures came out of it on display, like that looked really bad. But I was like, that must be mistransformed. But seeing this now, I'm like, man, it is a little bit better, but it's not a lot better. I mean, it also looks like it could just all tuck up a little bit closer to the body somehow.
There might be like a fan mode.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I
I'm
just
sure like
realized,
there'll be some kind of kit that makes it better, like the MP band kits that made them look better. Hopefully, there's something like that for this.
yeah, I just realized that they can only see the images. They can't see like us and the images at the same time.
Oh, okay.
No, so they're not seeing you. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just can't figure it out.
We'll
But
figure it out first time through.
yeah,
Bear
but
with us.
whatever. They probably want to not see us anyway. All right, so let's go to the car mode. So what do you think of this? You like the chibi car mode or what?
I mean, again, it really depends. If I were going to just display it in this mode, yeah, it would look good. But I've always liked the thing about the MP line that always spoke to me was the balance between realistic cars and the robot modes. So I've said it in my channel many times. I think they're going a little bit too tune accurate and sacrificing too much stuff with like the lack of surface details and making it look not like a realistic car. So
Right.
this one again, I think it's a good compromise. But I think I don't know. I'm gonna get it just because like I gotta get it. But I don't know if I'm actually gonna have him on my display.
So in this next picture, it almost looks like his wheels don't touch the ground, right? Or is it
Yeah, I didn't really think about that. Yeah,
something?
who knows? It's hard to judge from these early photos,
That's true. Yeah.
and it's not like it would be the first MP that had clearance issues, right? Like MP Hot Rod had clearance issues, so I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Wait, what's the release date on this one?
I think end of this year. End of this
Yeah,
year,
it'll be a while.
maybe like October, November. I don't really know exactly.
Hey, so shout out to a few people online. Ultra Jazz, Matthew Deluxe Baldwin. You did an interview with him, right?
Yeah. How's it going?
He's on. Mark Villani. And let's see. Anthony Ortiz. Yeah, we got some of my
Some of your regulars?
regular here. Thanks for joining us, guys. All right, next we have MP Plus or 18 Plus Blue Streak repaint. What's your feelings on this guy?
I actually think it looks quite good. I like the new head sculpt overall, but I don't know. For me,
You getting
it's
it?
hard to justify getting all the MP recolors. I didn't get the MP Plus Prowl. I did get the side swipe and the red alert, but I don't think I'm going to keep collecting the Plus versions. I'm not getting the one that was just released, Wheeljack. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll keep collecting them. I do really like Streak. He is the figure that I always do my alt mode comparisons with. So I feel like I might be obligated. And at least we're getting a new head sculpt this time around.
Yeah, I actually like the paint. You know, I think it's a pretty cool paint job. Is this head cartoon accurate, or is this something different?
I think it's a little bit more quote unquote cartoon accurate.
Yeah, I like the paint. I like the look of it, but I can just like you. I can't justify getting all the plus versions. I'm slowly getting rid of my KOs. I had like just one or two KOs left, so any one plus version that came out, I got rid of the KO.
Yeah, and I already have plenty of this mold, so I don't know if I'm gonna
Yeah,
shell out for an enhanced version.
yeah, I got 3 of this mold, so I think I'm done with this one.
Only 3? I think I have like 4 or maybe more.
Here's the vehicle mode. I think that looks amazing. That looks really good. My dad used to have a 300ZX, and this is a 280Z. So it reminds me a lot of that car, the 300ZX,
Yeah.
that old Japanese sports cars.
Yeah, the Fair Lady. Yeah. It's a nice car.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice car. But yeah, I'm not gonna get another one of these. I have too many. All right, moving on. So we have movie masterpiece Jazz. And I think this looks pretty good. He's got a lot of paint on him.
Yeah, overall, I've been very happy with the MPM line. I think I talked about it in actually Deluxe's interview. I've never been a huge fan of all of the movies, but I've really enjoyed the movie toys, whether it's coming from first party or third party. I've really enjoyed the designs and the transformations that they're able to do with it. So as a whole, as a figure, I'm almost certainly going to collect him as long as he's not as bad as the recent MPM Ironheart. That figure was.
You're collecting all of these?
Yeah, I have I have the movie masterpiece on all of this right now.
Oh, okay.
But the Ironhide was not very good.
So I'm just not a movie masterpiece collector, but this thing actually looks really good. I'm impressed with the paint job on it.
Yeah, I mean they all have pretty nice paint jobs. I think the fun factor with this is when they combine it with the movie masterpiece Megatron that is also coming out, and
Yep.
like the pieces that allow you to like rip him in half and display him on your shelf ripped in half. That's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's coming up in a little bit. We got that picture somewhere in here. So here's his vehicle mode. I really like that. I dig that. What is this? A Pontiac Sky? What is this thing?
I have no idea. I'm not a real car guy.
Well, Pontiac doesn't exist anymore, so they don't make this car anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's a Pontiac Solstice. Somebody in the comments will probably answer it, but it looks good. I think it's a good looking car.
Yeah, the recent Studio Series ones that came out, that looked pretty good too, but I didn't end up collecting it because it was so small. So I didn't think it was worth the asking price.
How much is this one?
I have no idea. I barely knew it even came out until the other week. So I'm guessing it's going to be in the $100 range, like
Yeah.
$80 to $100 range.
That's not bad. I mean, Bumblebee was that much too, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. If I was into the movie masterpiece, I'd definitely get this. All right, moving on.
Yep.
So here we have the masterpiece Megatron.
To be honest, I don't like how it looks.
Okay, I was gonna say that. I didn't want to crush your dreams.
I don't something with the upper body, the torso just seems off to me. And even the face to some degree, just since this came out, I was like, this doesn't really look the part to me.
A lot
But
of panels on this guy.
yeah, and you can see all the big backpack stuff, and I never really liked this design with the weird, Edward Scissorhandy hands that he
Yeah.
has.
Well, I guess that's movie accurate, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just we don't like the movie design of this
Yeah,
particular.
and I forget this is from Dark of the Moon, right? It's not. Is it the original Megatron design? I'm trying to remember.
This is from the later movie, I think.
Oh, oh no, wait, not Dark of the Moon. Revenge of the Fallen. It's
Yeah,
Revenge
yeah.
of the Fallen. Yeah, so the sequel. So maybe that's why. I mean, I think I liked him better in the original movie.
Well, if you like this, then you're gonna love this.
Yeah, I know that. Just looking at that, I was like, oh, all right. Well, he's not going to stay in alt mode for very long, whatever kind of alt mode that is.
Yeah, someone said the Megatron design sums up all the Michael Bay films. Very true. Yeah, this is just I don't know. This isn't for me. I don't even know if it looks like anything. Just look like a bunch of pieces.
To be honest, Revenge of the Fallen is just not a movie I care to try to remember, and I definitely am not rewatching it. So I have no idea if this alt mode is anywhere remotely accurate.
Yeah, I'm moving on from this.
We can move on. We can move
Yeah.
on.
So here we have the G2 Megatron. I think you thought this was a Pulse exclusive, but it's actually on BBTS now too.
Oh, well, so yeah, I thought it was supposed to be like a Pulse exclusive, like one of those things. I thought I saw PL post it as no, well, maybe it's a shared exclusive or something like that. He posted like a document saying it was some kind of exclusive or something like that. I've never been into G2, and this is even a weirder take on G2. But I do think that what Hasbro is doing with the whole Pulse thing is pretty interesting. It's
Yeah.
kind of Amazon Prime-ish right now. If you like order something before the end of the month or next month, I forget what the date is, you get that for free. But $50 is, I think, a lot to ask just for Hasbro toys.
This is $50?
No, I'm saying the membership for a Pulse.
Oh, I see.
That kind of like Hasbro Prime is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't think I would pay $50 for it unless the exclusives really were exclusives and they were interesting enough. But we'll have to see. They also said you'll get a free Pulse membership, but they didn't say how long. I don't think. I'm guessing it's going to be for like a year, and then next year, if you really want to maintain it, you'll have to cough up that $50.
Do you get something sent to you, or do you have to actually pay for another figure?
No, so basically it gives you access to exclusives, and then you get free shipping and stuff like that. And I think they said like you have access to offers or maybe prices, better prices or something like that. So it's still kind of up in the air. They haven't been very concrete about exactly what you're going to get aside from access to certain Pulse exclusives like this G2 Megatron, G2-esque Megatron.
We have a correction on the previous movie Megatron. That was from the first movie.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, he was a tank in Revenge of the Fallen, apparently.
Well,
I hated the movie, so I tried to purge it from my brain.
So I remember him being like I thought he was like for some reason I remember him being a jet, but not looking like that in the first movie. Okay, well.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so this guy is not available yet, right? He's coming out. This is the tank version, right? G2 tank version. Not bad. Not bad for a. This is a Siege toy, right?
Yeah. It's the Voyager Siege Megatron recolored.
Yeah. All right, moving on. So here we have Siege
Impactor. I thought this was kind of a surprise. Again, he's not that popular of a character overall in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, he got a lot more popular with the IDW comics, but I'm surprised that he's getting his figure, and it looks pretty good. To be honest, I'm interested to see what remold they're going to do with this though, because when you typically see
they're going to do remold for sure.
Yeah, when you typically see more interesting characters, or less popular characters come out first, they do that because they have the actual more favorable character of that mold coming later. They do it with the Seekers all the time. That's why we're getting Seeker Thundercracker before we're getting
Right.
Seeker Starscream.
I don't
So
know why they're doing this with the legs though. Like all their siege figures look pretty good, but this one's like completely hollow. So
yeah,
strange.
I mean they did say what's his name, John Warden or Josh Warden of Hasbro, did say that he heard the fans loud and clear about the hollowness of the figures in the previous couple lines, and they were trying to address that. But I'm sure, I'm sure they still have limitations on what they can do with the hollowness. So yeah, overall, again, I still think it's a pretty nice looking figure, and great that we're gonna have an option for Impactor at least.
Yeah. Here's his vehicle mode. That's not bad. That looks pretty close to the original.
Yeah, see, even looking at that now, I'm like, what could this be remolded to?
Uh,
Maybe Warpath. That's
or a Megatron.
Yeah, I guess they could, but I don't know if they would do another Megatron. Would they? But then again, Megatron and Optimus always sell, so.
Yeah, they'll just make another different version of him. All right, so here we have Siege Jetfire. I think this is probably the biggest news out of all of the Siege figures.
Arguable with the Omega, but
Omega too, but
so this is a new commander class, right?
yeah, this looks really good. I want to see it in hand. I wish I could have gone to the toy fair. Have you ever been to the New York Toy Fair?
No, I don't know why you didn't go. I mean, you're actually in the state at least.
I know I should have gone. But this was at the New York Toy Fair, and I was like, man, I wish I could have seen this in person because I can't tell. Like, it looks really good in terms of like, it's not blocky or not blocky. It's not waffly. It's kind of filled out,
Mm-hmm.
and it actually looks a lot like the Fans Toys version in some ways here and there.
Somebody else said that to me, and when I looked at this, I said, I think this looks way more like Kronos.
Okay.
Than like Daka Toys Kronos.
Yeah.
But I mean, not that Daka Toys was terrible, but I think a lot of the, I guess, proportions and stuff like that, especially with the head sculpt, look way more like Kronos. If you do a side by side comparison, which again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. The Daka Toys Kronos looked pretty good. It just wasn't a very good figure overall.
Did you have it, or do you have it?
Yeah, I had Daka Toys Kronos. I mean,
Yeah,
it was the first MP figure that MP Skyfire, so I had to get it.
Yeah. I never had it, so I don't even. It doesn't remind me of anything because I never really saw it. But
yeah, it was not worth the asking price for sure. Well, I mean, I think it was fairly cheap. I thought it was like it was sub 200, maybe it was like 150. So it was a decent figure for that size and price.
especially at the time.
But they were trying to sell it as like a 200. They were saying you're getting a $250 figure for $150, and that was not the case at all. But this guy looks great overall. I mean, I am worried that most likely he's not going to have a waist swivel. That's going to be the biggest downside. And I'm not really a big fan of the armor picture that we have coming up.
Yeah. Well, the crotch is a little weird too. Like his chest nose goes like a little too far down. I wish it would like either collapse or like fold up, almost like the Fans Toys one. I think the proportions are a tiny bit off right there.
Yeah, but even the Fans Toys one, even though it did that, it didn't actually have true waist articulation. So I mean,
oh, that's true. Yeah, it was all locked in place.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to the next one. So here's his armored up. I like this. I don't know. I kind of like the way it looks. I mean, they don't need to put all these guns on the wings, but I like his armored look because it reminds me of the original Jetfire toy.
I mean, obviously that's what it's intended to kind of look like. I don't know. Just to me, it just looks like a bunch of tacked on stuff. So
too much stuff. Yeah, I can see that. I would probably take off all the top guns, but keep that chest plate on. But I'm not getting this anyway, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're hypothetically going to display without all this stuff. All right.
I'd like to see it though. I'd like to see it in person because, you know, the main line is really hard for me to get into just because the quality is never there. Yeah. But this looks not too bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I pick up every main line every once in a while. Like the Siege Voyagers, like the Optimus Prime is probably one of the best Optimus Primes in the main line we've had in quite some time. So
Yeah. Hey, we have Omar Z on the line. I did a review recently of his kit for Zeta Toys Bruticus.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your page, but I haven't looked at the video yet.
Yeah, I have it now. I'm keeping it that way forever. I'm never gonna take it apart because it looks amazing next to Constructor. So what's
Is
up,
that the
Omar?
kit that is that the kit that lets you combine Zeta with the
Yeah.
Unique Toys limbs?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
And then somebody said he was fan voted. I don't know what. Maybe that might be from a couple slides ago. Here's his vehicle mode.
Now that looks good. Like aside from the
Yeah.
stupid add-ons on the top, I think that looks very good.
Yeah, that looks very cartoon accurate. Yeah, I could do without the thing on the top. That's just too much, but I think it looks good. This does remind me of Fans Toys.
Yeah, this one because it's again it's pretty accurate to the cartoon. I mean, I think this does look pretty close to Fans Toys.
I almost want to buy it just to review it. It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that before. Bought figures that I didn't think I'd even enjoy just to review it.
I rarely do that, like because I have Fans Toys Phoenix. This just doesn't stand a chance because it's not gonna beat it, but it looks pretty cool. Oh, Omar is saying he can send you one of those kits if you're interested and want to review it.
Unfortunately, Omar, I really appreciate that, but I don't have either the Zeta or Unique Toys.
Oh, there you go.
Uh,
Oh, that's right. You're MMC. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, I do have the Warbatron one. It's just that neither the Zeta. So as a whole, I don't like really any of the offerings because they all have. I feel like the ones that are released so far, both they have like 2 week modes.
Right.
So I think as a whole, when I collect combiners, I know that at least one of the modes is going to be weak. But when I think that the majority of the parts have 2 modes that are weak, I don't know. It makes it hard to justify. Honestly, I don't know about Ocular Maxes either. I
Do
love
you have any of the pieces yet, or are you still
no,
waiting?
I got to review them, but I don't get to keep that stuff. I think they're all back at Toy Dojo now on display at their shop in Austin. But
Oh, you just haven't posted the review?
no, I posted a review months ago. I
Oh,
posted that the preview months ago.
which one? Which figure?
It was both Impetus and I forget what they're calling their Onslaught and Vortex. But it was an early sample preview, showed off the transformations for all of them.
Yeah, I saw the Vortex. I don't remember seeing any others, but maybe I missed it.
Yeah, it just recently, because of the newest reveal from Ocular Max / MMC, my video started getting more views again. It just passed 10,000 views.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, nice. Well, we're excited to see the next one, Pake. We definitely want to see that next figure that's coming out. Which one is it?
I don't know which one's the next one. I think it's probably going to be their Swindle. I think maybe their Swindle.
I think a lot of people are curious to see what that looks like, the final production, because we saw some test shots and there was some mixed reviews on the way the robot mode looks, because there's a lot of chunk in the legs, but let's see how that turns out. So I'm gonna watch a review for sure. All right, let's move on here.
You're going off on a tangent.
Yeah, so here's Siege Mirage.
I think that looks overall pretty good, except for the exceptionally wide chest.
Yeah, it's a little wide there.
But I think overall looks good. What are your opinions?
Well, something's weird on the foot. I can't, maybe it's just the angle they took the picture, but that bottom, like right where the foot meets the leg,
Yeah,
there's like a really small area there. I don't know if that's just the picture or what.
I don't really mind too much about the heel. I think the head sculpt looks quite nice. The alt mode looks pretty good. As far
These
as
are meant to be, these aren't meant to be exactly G1. These are kind of like a new take on G1, right?
yeah, it's supposed to be from the Siege, so pre-Earth, but still have Earth form-ish. I don't know why modes. So they're supposed to be Cybertronian-ish.
Yeah. Someone asked, am I getting MP44? I am. Somebody's sending it to me. I'm not buying it. and I'm gonna do a comparison with.
What? Somebody's sending you one for free?
Well, I'm not gonna keep it. It's just I gotta send it back.
Oh, okay. Well, still very
That would
nice.
be pretty nice if someone sent me an MP. Hey, anyone want to send me MP44? I am totally open to that. No, they're sending it to me, and I'm actually paying shipping. So just to do a comparison with TE01 and Magic Square.
Right. Okay, nice.
Right, another tangent here. All right, so here's this vehicle mode. I think that looks pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. I have no issue with it. I think the all mode looks good. I think the robot mode looks good.
This looks like a render, not a prototype.
Yeah, more than likely it is a render.
Yeah. Something weird right below the spoiler. There's like robot kibble. Right?
Oh, I didn't know if you meant the front spoiler or rear spoiler. Yeah. Again, it's first party. It's a deluxe size. You're not gonna get it all hidden.
Yeah, this is not bad for a Mirage.
Yeah, and they try to make these as easily to transform as possible. So this is probably like 15 to 18 steps or something like that. So there's nothing crazy going on.
All right, so next, and here's the bigger news. See, Omega Supreme.
Yeah, I think this was probably the biggest news coming out of Toy Fair. I mean, we knew it was coming, but to actually see it and all the playability and the different setups, I think this was probably the biggest reveal from Toy Fair.
You know what surprised me is it looks like it's got ankle articulation.
Yeah, that's been a big thing for this line. Siege giving you more posability. So yeah, I think they've included that in basically all their figures, at least from their deluxe upwards.
And his legs and arms don't have big holes in them. They're like filled out.
Yeah, I think the shoulders are a little tiny, but that's a small quibble for such a nice overall looking figure. I think this picture doesn't do the head sculpt justice. It makes it look like he has really big bug eyes, which is definitely not the case.
Yeah, I can't. It's hard. This is not a good picture of this thing, but up close it looks better, right? The face sculpt.
Yeah, the face actually looks quite nice. I don't know why. It must be some kind of weird lighting or reflection. It makes his eyes look very big and bug-eyed, but they're definitely not like that. At least from the samples they showed at Toy Fair.
Yeah, it looked better. You have a MP Omega Supreme?
Do I? Yeah, I have the DX9 one. I was able to review the Fans Toys one. I wasn't in love with it, and I think the DX9 one overall blows the Fans Toys one out of the water in terms of price, overall stability, playability, transformation. I don't think it's even a contest.
Yeah, I don't have any City Bots in my collection. They just take up too much room. Now that I have these, Zeta Toys and Toy World combiners, they take up like gigantic space. I really don't have any more combiner space.
You find room for the things you love, so
that's true.
That's all I'll say about that, Sony.
Yeah. How big is this guy? Do you know?
He's as big as the other City Bots, so I don't remember exactly how tall, but I
think like their Fortress Maximus and all.
Yeah, whatever that was. I forget what is like 2 feet tall or something like that. I don't know exactly.
Somebody just asked, what do you think of the MP version 2 of Bumblebee and Prowl? We covered those. So
you mean Shriek?
No. They're saying the Masterpiece version 2 of Bumblebee and Prowl. Is there version 2 of Prowl?
They came really. I think he means Shriek. Because Prowl's been out for a while. Yeah, we talked about that early on. You'll have to catch it on the rerun.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on here. So we got base mode. That tower, that rocket is huge.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, how is this rocket this huge from the limbs? But I didn't look really into it.
Is that G1 accurate?
I think it's no. I think that's way too tall. I think, or at least elongated. But I don't really have a problem with it. I think the track that they're doing looks a little tiny. But the fact that they said it actually can combine with the Combiner Wars and other City Bots with the systems that they have in place, even the Titan Returns, like Soundwave and stuff like that, they can all combine with those tabs and make it into an actual playable city structure.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. and if you have multiple Omega Supremes, you can connect the tracks. I think that's great that they're building upon the line, because that's one of the things that I think they haven't done a really good job on before Combiner Wars, is actually making it so that your old collection isn't basically separate or made defunct by the new line, right?
Right.
So Combiner Wars and Titan Return, they, even though it's a new name, they still basically kind of fit that same idea, right? And now that they're combining it with Siege and being able to connect here, I think that's really great for fans overall. They're going to be able to display their collections in multiple different ways. So
Yeah,
I was really happy to hear that.
it doesn't obsolete anything.
Yeah, exactly. And you actually feel like everything kind of meshes together, as opposed to having, different chug lines, right? Classics, and then the universe and the generations, and they're all different, and they don't all seem like they should be on the same shelf together, right?
Right.
So I like that they're trying to expand it and create one larger universe.
Yeah, this guy comes with the car vehicle. I forgot his name. You know his name?
No, I
Yeah.
don't.
So I see he was on the little track right there. You can see him up front.
Yeah, even that when I saw one of the interviews, they made it so that the track is exactly 2 cars wide for the new, whatever they're calling
Oh,
it, the
that's
new
smart. Yeah.
car racers and stuff like that. So they're very mindful about making it kind of quote unquote to scale.
Yeah. I guess it's not for me, but I can see the playability of this thing definitely increases its value, you know. All right, we're moving on here. So here we have the Siege Optimus. I think
Uh,
this is from Galaxy Force, right?
yeah, is this Star Convoy?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know anything about this figure at all. I mean, I saw the original figure, one of the original figures, and I think it's a great homage, and it's great that we're gonna be able to have that. But for me, it's just not gonna be something I collect, since I have no nostalgia factor to it.
yeah. I'm not me neither. But the cool thing about this figure is it's armored, so it transforms into Optimus, and then the wings and the chest plate and the guns all add on. So he's actually, a smaller figure, and then he kind of his trailer combined
Mhm.
to become the armor. It's
Right.
actually a pretty cool figure. He's got some battle damage. It looks like there's some like on his chest. You can see there's a little bit of paint.
Yeah, I mean that's typical Siege line stuff that they're doing.
Yeah,
So everyone's saying that this is probably a heavy retool of the leader Ultra Magnus, which I don't have, which it looks to be the case. But it's cool that they again are giving us a character that we probably would never see otherwise.
true. Yeah, and here's his vehicle mode.
Yeah, looking at it there, it's very clear that it's a Ultra Magnus
Yeah,
retool.
yeah, for sure. And it kind of looks like he's got a little ladder there, but then it turns into a gun.
Yeah.
So they're probably gonna make a fire truck out of this too. All right, I'm gonna move because since neither of us know anything about this. Galaxy Convoy, somebody said. So I guess it is Galaxy Convoy. All right, here we've got Siege Red Alert. Did this come out already?
No, this is the next one. The Sideswipe came
Oh,
out.
Sideswipe. Yeah, we got
Pre-mold
Sideswipe.
of that, but I guess he can use his light bar as an axe.
Yeah,
Because
that's a cool use of accessories.
yeah, I think that's the one thing I haven't gotten into the Siege line. All the little whatever Action Masters where they have the blast effects. I think those are pretty cool. So if you had gone back a little bit to the Omega one, you can see that you can actually combine the blast effects, and that's actually cool. And they have ports everywhere. So
Oh yeah,
for Omega, you can actually put those blast effects on different ports all over his body, so it makes it look like the city is under attack or on fire and stuff like that. So
yeah,
yeah, increasing a lot of the playability is, I think, great for both adult and kid collectors. So I
yeah.
like
We
that.
didn't talk about those, but that's actually a really cool feature. I think allowing it to have those, that lets you set up poses and scenes, which is pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here's his vehicle mode. For me, I'm not a fan of this. It just looks really strange to me. You've
I
got the
mean,
light bar. It's like I guess it's a futuristic kind of vehicle. It's not quite the G. It's not supposed to look G1, right?
yeah, I think I like it better than the Sideswipe one, just because the Sideswipe one seemed like it was incomplete, and the Repro Labels sticker kit really makes their sideswipe would look really good. But this one, I think it looks really nice as is.
Oh, what was missing from the side swipe?
So see that black part on the side of him right
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
That was black on Sideswipe too, but it made
Oh.
it look like the car was like missing a chunk of paint or something like that. So that's why. But here it actually works kind of nice because with Sideswipe the windshield was also black, so like the windshield bled into the side of the car, so it looked kind of odd.
Something about the light bar is bothering me.
No, I feel like this would be a kind of car that RoboCop would drive or something like that. So I'm okay with it.
Is that Cybertronian on his
I have no idea. I have no idea if that says MAGA or not this time around.
I think that's Cybertronian. I don't know. All right, moving on. Here we have the Siege Shockwave.
Why do we have this? This has been out.
This is out?
On my desk. Yeah, it's literally on my desk right now. Let's skip through this one. We don't need to do this one.
All right, we'll skip that. Siege Soundwave.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah,
he looks good. His head sculpt looks very much like MP. Yeah, overall, I think this looks like one of the better Siege figures, and I think on Pulse it sold out pretty much instantly.
Oh, really?
When they put it up.
Look how much he's got a ton of battle damage. It's like he went through serious problems.
Yeah, maybe the scene that happened after the Bumblebee movie cut away to Earth. This is what happened when Optimus got his hands on Soundwave.
Yeah, someone says the paint chips on them pretty easily. I don't know. I don't have one yet, so I might actually get the Jetfire just to review. But yeah, is the paint chipping on these?
Honestly, I don't play with mine all that much. The only one I have, the only ones I really have are the Voyagers, and then I have Shockwave, and I don't play with them enough to know. It would be nice to know if the paint chips so I can get rid of the battle damage.
And chip off the paint and the battle damage.
Yeah, a lot of fans have been doing that to get a clean look, but it's an interesting take. I know not everyone likes their figures kind of cut with a customized look, but it's something different, and I probably would have preferred cleaner paint applied to more places as opposed to just splotched on in certain places. But it's whatever. It's something trying to be innovative and creative, so I have no problem with them trying something out.
The articulation on this actually looks pretty good. I mean, it's got almost everything you would want.
Yeah,
it's kind of impressive. Looks like double jointed elbows and ankle tilts. I mean, it's got a lot.
Yeah.
So here's where I think he falls down is this alt mode. I don't know what this is.
It looks a little bit Shockwave-ish. But they've already shown like, fan modes of a Cybertronian tape deck or whatever you want to call it.
Apparently he has a secret mode, which is a cassette.
Cassette player, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, they've already kind of shown that off.
Yeah. So this is just kind of like he's got two modes basically. I don't know. I would never put it in this. I just put it right into the cassette tape mode.
Yeah. We'll pretend this never existed. Well, look, if you look at the one blaster, it's very much like what they did with the MP Soundwave, where one of them turns into the gun and the other one stays stationary. So you can see the tip on the top of this picture will extend out to make his gun. That's what they did with the MP. So,
are you reading the comments?
No, I'm not, because I didn't want to do like a kind of a weird echo effect of hearing us delayed. What are they saying?
Someone said it looks like a derpy Enterprise. It's just pretty funny. It does. It looks like a derpy Starship Enterprise. All right, moving on from this. Here we have Siege Springer.
This is the figure that this one I did actually pre-order, not just because I wanted to review it, but because I thought it was very nice looking. It looks really good in all three modes and very clean.
How much did you pay?
Whatever the retail was for it, I forget. Is he a Voyager or I think it was like $30 maybe, or $40.
That's pretty good.
It looked good. It's the retail price for whatever scale he is. I think he's Voyager.
Yeah, I think this looks really good. I actually, in this particular instance, I like the battle damage. I think it fits with the character a little bit.
Yeah,
it's not overdone.
Yeah, and not a lot of kibble anywhere. You don't see a lot of the bits, especially given the fact that he's a triple changer. He looks exceptionally clean. So let's take a look at his alt modes.
Yeah. Do I have them? Oh yeah, here we go. I don't think I have the car mode, but here's the helicopter mode.
Okay. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That looks accurate.
Yeah. His tail's a little off, but overall the whole thing pretty nice. It's impressive. It's not an MP, but it's close. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, and even the third parties have been struggling with getting a really good Springer because of all three modes. So yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Speaking of Springer, are you doing Saltus? Or Ocular Max Saltus?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll send it to me at some point down the line. I got to mess with one of the early samples last year, and this year as well. I don't know if they put it on display this year, but I wasn't able to transform it at the time, so I really have no real opinions about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. It's a battle now because you got what? You have X-Transbots coming out, and you've got
I think there's like 6 now, 6 or 7. They had
oh my god.
Open Play, they had Fans Toys. Yeah, there's a lot. There was the Unique Toys or DX9 one. Yeah, so there's a lot. I think there's like 6 or more.
Yeah, but I like this. Even like the wheels, I just like the design of them. It really looks good. It's just the right mix of kind of futuristic, but sticking to the G1 aesthetic. I like
Right,
it.
exactly.
All right, moving on to Siege Starscream.
I think it looks quite good. There's the alt mode with the what do they call it? The Tetrajets. I mean, it looks as you would expect, the Tetrajet with a robot block on the bottom.
Yes, I mean he's not supposed to look. I guess he is supposed to look like his G1, right? Because the Tetrajets turned into these guys.
Yeah, but their robot modes in the first episode were exactly the same as their robot modes on Earth. So
Yeah, I mean, considering he transforms into a Tetrajet and not his, F-15, it looks pretty good for that.
yeah,
Here's his Tetrajet, and that I think looks pretty good.
yeah. Again, it looks
Nice.
like a Tetrajet with a block robot on the bottom.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that when I looked at this the first time.
How could you not notice that? It's
I wasn't. I guess I was enamored by the top. Like it almost reminds me of like a Star Wars vehicle.
Yeah, I wish it was a little bit more angular at the top, but it is what it is, I suppose.
Yeah, because they were like pyramids almost.
Yeah. What was the company that did these before?
Oh, Bobby talks about them all the time because he has them on that shelf and they're all dusty.
Oh yeah, what was it? Oh, gosh.
Was it iGear? No, it wasn't iGear.
No.
Someone, Impossible Toys.
Impossible Toys. Thank you, whoever said that. Yeah,
Mark,
Impossible Toys. And then Mass Toys have been showing off theirs, and I have no idea where they are with that because I think they were kickstarting that or something.
But to me,
So I'm sure they're probably going to be pretty nervous now that there's going to be a first party cheap option.
why is it like sized similarly, or is it?
I mean, the Tetrajets are the ones for Mass Toys are supposed to be MP scale. So
So it should be. I mean, it's a different scale. I don't.
Voyager scale's not that far off
Oh, really? Okay.
from the actual size of an MP jet. I don't think. I mean, I think you could definitely get away with it.
How big is this thing?
I think it's supposed to be Voyager, right?
Voyager's what? Like, I mean,
Although the new Voyagers, all the new Siege sizes are a little bit shorter, all around. So, I mean, it could actually be quite tiny when it comes out. It's hard to tell. I mean, if it was one of the old Voyager scales, then that would be pretty tall.
yeah, I like the look of it. It almost kind of reminds me of like a Star Wars Transformers crossover a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Siege Thundercracker. So this is kind of the same as Starscream, obviously.
Yeah, and I think this is coming out in an earlier wave. Like I said, they've become quote unquote smart about putting out lesser popular characters for the first mold out in an earlier wave.
Yeah. I'm gonna move. I like the look of this too. I don't know.
I've always liked Thundercracker's coloring the best out of all of them. Although I guess I like Skywarp's too. Black and purple is hard to hate on.
Now that you mentioned it, I can't look away from the kibble on the bottom. It's all I see.
Oh, this scene cannot be unseen.
All right, moving on to Siege Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, this is already out. Then we skip this one.
This is out?
Yeah, this has been out. This is Wave 1 stuff. Yeah,
Oh.
skip this.
All right. Oh, this is what they remolded the Optimus Prime
Yeah,
from.
exactly.
Galaxy. So here we have.
Oh, now this is exciting.
Ultimetal Megatron.
Yeah, from Future Toys, right? I have the Ultimetal Optimus. It's the most money I've spent on any Transformer figure,
really?
even though it doesn't transform. And I love it. It's awesome. Although right now it's just been acting like a statue for the last year. But the playability, the quality overall, I'm really impressed. I'm really surprised that they're going with like all chrome on this guy, though.
The Ultimetal Optimus wasn't all chrome or shiny, right?
I mean, it had glossy paint, but it wasn't like chromed out like this. No, so I don't know if this is a limited edition or what, but I actually would have preferred if it was like silver paint instead, because I don't think this is gonna really display well next to their Optimus.
Well, these things, they have panels that come on and off, right?
Yeah, they do. But I mean, not all these panels are gonna come off and on.
Well, do you think this comes with alternate non-shiny panels?
I highly doubt it. If they did, it would jack up the price even higher than what it already is.
Yeah, this is what, 1,100, right?
I don't know about the price on this one, but I know the Optimus one was like $1,000 with all this chrome on here. I gotta imagine it's gonna be about the same.
What is the next to it? It looks like a super robot right next to it.
Oh, that's what's his name?
Anybody in the comments?
What's his name?
It looks like a super robot. Is it?
He is.
Transformer. Okay, that's what I thought.
I just don't remember who he is. All right, moving on. Hopefully, we'll see more about this figure though, because it's been a while. I think it's been like 2 years since Optimus came out. And they were showing Megatron around the same time. So
yeah, I have the original. This is the original sculpt.
Yeah.
Paint, and they try to look good here.
They changed a lot of it, like especially the face sculpt. They changed that a lot. So if you go back, you'll see just how different it is.
Oh yeah, there's some different sculpting. But before it was colored this way, I actually kind of liked it, and the shininess is throwing me off a little. I don't know if I would get this. I like the Ultimetal Optimus, but one day when I get rid of all my toys and invest in them. All right, so here we have Zeta Toys with their Pioneer, their version of a movie Bumblebee. What do you think of this thing?
I think it looks pretty good. The movie masterpiece Bumblebee was so-so. It was definitely so-so. This one looks a bit more accurate in a lot of places. So I think I'll probably end up getting it, because honestly, I don't have any Zeta figures, but people have been saying really great stuff about Zeta since it's a spin-off of Toy World, and I like some of the Toy World stuff recently. So
well, I think
I'll pick it up.
I think the thing that people are saying about Zeta is they make really good combiners. So I'm not sure their individual bots are so great. In fact, a lot of the ones I have in their individual bot modes, they're okay. But when they're combined is when that's where the magic happens.
Yeah, but I think that's a priority, right? So they probably internally prioritize the combine mode for combiners when they don't have to worry about that. I would hope that they could focus their efforts on the robot or the alt mode, because even now, like this, their robot mode looks quite nice compared to the quote unquote accuracy of their other figures in robot mode.
Yeah, we haven't seen a prototype. We only saw a render of their alt mode, and it looked pretty good. But I'd like to see the actual prototype, see what it looks like. That's not bad. Looks like it got a lot of accessories with it too.
Yeah, I don't know what the hammer's from.
That's not from the movie. That's just because whichever one was a train, that one had a hammer with it.
The Hearts of Steel?
Yeah, Hearts of Steel. But the movie one didn't have a hammer. I don't remember seeing a hammer.
Yeah.
So here's another pose here. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, with his battle mask. I like it.
And the his cannon. He's got a cannon on the arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, the question will be is what's Zeta gonna put into this, right? Because I think they're obviously competing with the toy world. They're putting out their own version, so they had to compete with it. Question is be how much resource are going to put into this?
Yeah, it's interesting because in Toy World they showed off. Didn't they show off, or was that TFC? Toy World TFC. They showed off the Bumblebee movie Optimus that they're doing. At least a really detailed head sculpt of that.
Right.
I don't remember if you've seen that.
I just feel like they should put their resources and time into making the combiners and leave these figures to another company.
Oh,
Unique Toys or something. Somebody that does the movie bots.
yeah, but there's only so many combiners left, right? So I
Yeah,
don't know. And I think a lot of this also has to do with what the designers want to do.
yeah. Hey, what's up, Big Stan? One of my regulars. All right, so here we got Zeta Toys Predaking line drawing. So this came out a little while ago, but for Chinese New Year. What do you think of this guy?
I mean, based on the line art,
It's
for
tough.
some reason, like line arts always make things look better than maybe it looks in the final figure. Maybe just because I like artwork a lot. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. Comparing it to the Toy World one, it's hard to say which one I prefer at this stage. I really need to see it actually,
Prototype.
yeah, like in hand or at least real images. But they're both going to be fiercely competitive, right? Because of the history. So we'll have to see. I don't have much to say other than it looks good for what it is now. We'll have to see once we have a little bit more information.
Yep.
One of the things I will say is it looks like they used Dive Bomb's like tail on the back of the Predaking combined mode. Do you see that on his like butt?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they kind of moved that around. So that's something different.
He doesn't have the wings going out to the side.
He does. You can see it on the left arm. You can see the wing extending out
Yeah,
on Rampage's side.
yeah. On the left side, though, I don't see. Maybe it's just the way it's drawn, but I don't see
Yeah.
it going out that way.
Yeah, I'm sure it must. I mean, you can't have Predaking without the wings on the back.
Yeah.
It makes me think that maybe the wings and the tail feathers are combined on as one backpack that separates from Dive Bomb.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say anything from a line drawing, but so far so good. We'll see. I mean, we have a pretty good track record from this company and their combiners. We know that they're solid. We know that they pose well. We just don't know aesthetically what it's going to really look like.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty good at square, chunky robots, but this has got some sculpted detail on the chest and the robot, the not the robot heads, the lion heads, I guess. Are they lions? What are they?
No, they're all beasts. So
Beasts,
yeah, they're animal forms: the rhino, the bull, the vulture, and the was it panther and lion. I don't know if it's a panther or jaguar.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, I don't know that the difference between them in real life either. It's real animals. I guess panthers are typically black.
Well, that's all we have for today. We've been going for about an hour. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We have about 20 people online with us.
I think the one thing that I wanted to mention, which is a kind of a
Let me stop sharing so we can actually see your face.
oh yeah, one of the things I wanted. Well, I mean, we're seeing your face, I think, right? No, I don't know. But one of the things I wanted to say is that came out in the last couple days. That is news is that the Mastermind Creations Supermax, their Fort Max, their crowdfund, they extended it until after TFCon, so I think another 3 weeks, and I think they're only halfway there.
Yeah, they're not even close to being fully funded, right?
Yeah, they're about. So from what I understand, they said that MMC is going to pick up the slack from the Taobao orders because they were supposed to get 800 orders from Taobao and then 800 orders from Planet Steel Express. So they're picking up the Taobao orders, but that still leaves another 400 or so. Or
what's Taobao? That's the Chinese site, or
yeah, the Chinese I guess eBay-ish kind of thing.
Okay.
So, but they still have a long way to go. Another 300 plus figures to go in I think 3 weeks or something like that. So it's a long journey. It'll be interesting to see if
Are
they go.
you are you
What's
buying? Are you getting that?
Yeah, I actually backed it. I mean, I was like, "Oh, I hope they just send me one," but I was like, "I should probably back it
Yeah.
as well just to show my support."
Yeah, I'm just curious. Anybody who's watching, if anyone's backing that, that's I'm not. It's IDW, right?
Yeah, 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 exactly.
I really don't have anything IDW in my collection. Although I'm getting that Planet X, that Planet
Which
X
Death
Star.
Swords?
They have
What
a
Planet X?
Star Saber. I think I call
Oh,
it.
gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That thing looks pretty awesome. I don't have anything IDW, so that'll be my first IDW figure.
Yeah, so clearly you don't read the comics, but Formax
Yeah.
is pretty popular in that he goes head to head with what's his name, Overlord. So it'll be nice to actually have a Fort Max that can go head to head with their Overlord figure.
So are they smaller in the comics? They're not like gigantic cities, or what are they?
No, they're so Fort Max is not like Fort Max the city, and in the G1, he's like I mean, he's still a big guy. He's as big as Overlord, but he doesn't he doesn't turn into a head. But at some point, he pilots the city of Fort Max or whatever as the pilot. But yeah, it's not the same as like the headmasters or G1 continuity.
Yeah, so I have one question, and then maybe we'll call it for the night. So, is Zeta Superion the only MP combiner of theirs that has a separate torso piece, or is that their standard design for all of their combiners? So I guess I'll take this. You don't have any Zeta stuff, right?
No, I don't have any Zeta.
So the Zeta, or I guess the Toy World Constructor. Wait, it's right over there. The Toy World Constructor doesn't have the fake chest, so it's got its own. It's actually long haul in the chest, but the Bruticus, which is right next to it, that whole front piece is faux. So his thighs, his crotch, and his chest, all the way up to basically his neck, is all faux. And Superion is exactly the same.
Well, I mean, Constructor, he still has all the fake waist. All of his waist and upper thigh are different. So
that's true.
They both quote unquote cheat with combiner parts to add stability and size and proportion.
Yeah, his question was about the torso.
Yeah.
And I think the Superion torso is basically exactly the same as that guy, the Zeta torso, which to me it is kind of a cheat, but now that I have it, I put it together. It's actually worthwhile once you get it there. I really like it.
Yeah, from everything I've heard about the Zeta Superion, they said overall in combined mode it's just as solid, if not more solid than Constructor, which I find super hard to believe because I think Constructor is amazing. But they did say it's basically you fold up Silverbolt into a block and just shove him into the faux torso.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what Fans Toys does. Their combiner design is totally new.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously they're going with a larger scale, so all their Limbots are very big, which so it's not for me. I probably won't end up collecting them.
Yeah. All right, so we've gone way over. So I think next time we're probably going to tighten this up, maybe stick to an hour. But I thank everyone for watching, asking questions, joining us. We'll be doing this like once a month, probably.
Yeah, whenever you want to do it.
Awesome, man. So thanks, Henry, for doing this.
No, thanks for having me. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it.
And we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.